Okay, our next topic is a compound linear inequality and the section 5.7. Your book does not call this compound inequalities, he calls it two inequalities. A compound inequality is an endpoint and then inequality symbol, a variable, an inequality symbol, and another number. And these are read as and. So this example number 39, we're going to read this and how it's read with an and. So this one says 15 less than x less than 20, and this is how you read it. You read it from the middle toward the left so that it reads x is greater than 15, and then from the middle to the right, x is less than 20. So this and in mathematics is called an intersection. It's where these two simple linear inequalities, x is greater than 15 and x is less than 20, overlap. So when you're first taught this method of graphing a compound linear inequality, we're usually shown to graph each part, the middle to the left and the middle to the right, above a number line. And then on the number line, we're shown to graph the part that overlaps. But if we have a compound linear inequality in standard form, all we have to do to make the graph of it is to graph the left endpoint, graph the right endpoint, and draw a line in between them, making sure that we mark the endpoints correctly as we were being shown with a simple linear inequality. So we're first of all going to put these compound inequalities down here into standard form, or decide if they are in standard form. Now, the standard form of a compound linear inequality, the smaller number is on the left, the larger number is on the right, and there's a less than or equal to symbol in the middle of them. So we're going to look at part A here, and you see the smaller number is not over here on the left. -9 is smaller than 7, and these are not less than symbols. This is not in standard form. So this is not in standard form, so I'll put that, not standard. And so to put this in standard form, I'm going to start by putting the -9 over on the left and the +7 over here on the right, putting the x in the middle, and now you see that the x with the 7, the inequality points toward the x, so I'll do that. And then over here I see that the inequality with the -9 points to the -9, so I'll make it point to the -9. And now you see a compound inequality in standard form. The -9 is the smaller of the two endpoints, -9 and +7. It is on the left, the larger one is on the right, and I have two less than symbols, so I know that's in standard form. Now, looking at part B of number 40 here, we see that part B, we have a -2 and a +5. The -2 is on the left, the +5 is on the right, and I notice that both the inequalities are less thans of some sort. And so this one is in standard form, and I don't have to do anything with that. So that one is finished. Okay, now let's go ahead and graph the following inequalities using the compound inequality. Now, I would like to do the first one the old way of doing it, and then we'll just continue on with the methodology that I have described here, which is locate and notate the left endpoint, locate and notate the right endpoint, and draw the line in between them. But this is only if they're in standard form. They must be in standard form. So we'll just do it the simple way the second time around. So first of all, I'm going to do above the line here for the old way. So the old way of doing things, what you would have been told was you first of all we're going to locate the left endpoint, and this says x is greater than or equal to 8. So x is greater than or equal to 8, and you would have said, okay, well, greater than or equal to, I'm going to put a dot there and I'm going to draw a line off this way. And then this one says x is less than 9, and so we would have found 9 and we would have put an open circle on 9, and we would have drawn an arrow out this way. Now, the way that we graph that, the final thing that we do is we see where the overlap is, where we see both of them at the same time. So we would have ended up putting a solid dot here, an open circle there, and drawing a line in between them. And that's the methodology that we will use anyway in our new methods. In our new methods, we will simply make sure it's in standard form, which it is, little number, big number, less than symbols. We'll mark